Morning, everybody. Dobre Utra. Arend here from Countryside Acres. We have the whole family, all of us, with today. Hoping to get some more drywalling done today. Also, it's a bit of a different day. A news story is coming out to do a story on us. We just found out about it 2 days ago, and I don't really have a lot of details. But they're going to be sending a journalist and cameraman here. I don't think we're ever going to get used to that, but they want to film a little bit of what we're doing here right now. And the noise, if you're wondering, is the kids trying to get the container room. We literally just showed up, so some of them are trying to get their bikes out. It makes a bit noisy, but I don't really know what the whole point of it is. I guess we'll find out. They want to film a little bit of real life us working, so we're going to be working here. Also, our good friend Timur, he will be here as well today. So if you're wondering who's all in the videos, that's who it is. We, if you don't know who we are a conservative Christian family with traditional values from Canada who no longer saw a clear path forward in Canada, economically and especially spiritually. It is becoming very dark in the West. There's things going on there that totally go against God and against the Bible, and it's only getting worse, and we've seen that since we were kids. It's just slowly declining more and more and more. So people often ask why we moved, and I don't like to get into details because our channel is not about politics. It's just about our family and our love for farming and love for God. But ultimately we see a continual decline away from God in the West, and it got to the point where we sit down and we say, listen, what's the future hold for our children? What kind of a future will they have if we stay in Canada? And it became a decision that we needed to make now, knowing that what we've seen change in the last 10 years is only going to continue to accelerate that decline. And if we don't make that change now, it just becomes too hard. As our children get more settled down and they start their own families, it becomes harder and harder to make that decision. Hi, you want to say hi, everybody? Hello. Hi. Right? For her future, for all of them, we decided to make that decision to sell everything and move to what is in our mind the only country that is moving in a traditional direction. Now, there may be other countries, I don't know them all, of course, but Russia is very large. It has a vast amount of resources. It has a government that is headed in the right direction, and it also has the might to back it up. And unfortunately, a lot of other countries that do try to head in a better direction get stopped because economically they are tied to Western countries who then dictate their policies. Russia doesn't have that problem, and that is one main reason we chose Russia. Russia also has a very similar climate to Canada, and it looks the same. I mean, anybody that's from Canada can see this doesn't look any different than Canada. And the people here are also they look just like Canadians. There's no difference. If we don't open our mouths and they don't open up their mouths, people keep telling us that we look like Russians. Well, and I keep thinking, well, you guys just look like Canadians. It's really no difference. So anyway, we decided to sell everything and move, and we actually sold our farm over a year ago. We traveled for a little bit in the States, then we went to Georgia for 3 months. You can see all those videos on our channel if you're interested at all in seeing some of our history. Also, the past farm, the last farm that we built on Manitoulin Island in Canada. Those videos are all on there as well. Then our travels through the States, our travels through Georgia, and ultimately we ended up here about 8 months ago in Russia. And this is where we wanted to be, and we're now starting a new life. And so this is our home that we are building here on this beautiful land. And we just feel so grateful to be here. We see a bright future full of opportunities here for ourselves, for our children, and for our grandchildren. As far as our religious freedoms, all the things that we were worried about before, we aren't anymore, and it's just a huge weight off. Is there still uncertainty? Of course there is. We got to develop all this land, all this other stuff, but those are the same uncertainties any farmer faces in any country. It would have been no different if I would have bought another piece of land in Canada. Financially, we feel it is easier here than it was in Canada. And that's mainly because the cost of living here is so much lower. So all around, we're super grateful. And now even more so with this new decree that's come out, it has now become possible for us to achieve temporary residency which is our first step. Our goal is to become Russian citizens. We came here to become Russians, not to be Canadians living in Russia, not to be, I don't know, staying here for a while and leaving it. This is our home. This is where we want to live, and we want to ultimately be Russian citizens. And I look forward to that day very much, and for my children too, to finally receive passports. That'll be awesome. But that's a long journey. It's like 6 years. We knew that already before we came here. And the first step to that is temporary residency, and that is now possible with this new decree. And possible for many of you as well if you're watching. If you're concerned about the direction your country's in, you can also now apply for that much easier, because they've scrapped the language test. And they've also eliminated the need for quota, which is basically immigration spots that you can that you need to have in order to be able to immigrate here. So the whole process is easier, and I think that's part of this news crew has something to do with that as well. We don't fully know, but if you see them in the video today, that's why. We are now at in this house. I think we've been working on it for 8 weeks, Anneesa said, and we are at the stage of drywalling, what we're working on. So you'll see some of that today, and we're just genuinely getting things ready to move in. One big hurdle we have here yet is electricity. We are not hooked up. The poles are there, but we need to get it to the house yet, and I'm hoping that's going to happen very soon, because it sure would be convenient to have electricity in this house, especially as we're finishing it off and then ultimately want to move in here. Last night when we left, I forgot to film. So coming up the stairs, you come into here, you turn, and you got a bedroom here. Adin Dava. It's coming together.
Looks good.
Yeah, not bad, eh?
I think so.
Not bad for a bunch of amateurs.
You're right.
Another one. And another one. And these boxes worked out very, very well. So now you can see. Well, maybe you can't because it's kind of dark. I'll zoom in a little bit and get you some light. There you go. So now you can see we lined it up perfectly on this box. And our vapor barrier is actually silicone to that plastic box. They're glued together more or less. And it doesn't have to be a glue. People were saying now, well, it'll let go over time. That's fine. It's going to get squished in there. So it gives it like a rubberized gasket material that's going to squish. Because now when we put our outlet box in here, when it gets screwed down, it'll actually clamp these two together. Yeah, and creating a very good seal all the way around the hole. And making me very happy as far as a vapor barrier is concerned. And so we effectively have a box now, and I'm much happier. The other thing I was worried about is those electrical boxes only squeezing on drywall. Over time, you get some side-to-side torque on your plugs, and it could rip the drywall. But now it's actually going to be hooked on this plastic box on the back, which makes it a lot stronger as well. So we need to finish up there yet. We haven't got the vapor barrier in the ceiling here yet, or any of the other ones. Oh, and the lights, right now they're just marked. That is where we'll drill the hole. Once I decide what size pot light, we will be drilling a hole. So they're not cut out yet, but that's okay. As long as we don't lose that mark, we can cut them out later. So today we're going to carry on working here. We got to get the rest of these ceilings all vapor barrier. That's actually quite time consuming, and then we will continue drywalling. Hopefully we can get most of this drywall today.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. could see the moon, side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more.
He's trying to get down.
Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any
Now those.
Look at, he's grabbing onto the side of the.
Mom, do you have them in Canada?
Yeah, I said they're on decline though.
Yeah, we seen one in New Mexico, Cora, remember?
Yeah.
One was getting eaten by a lizard. No, not a lizard. This dinky little
What do you think,
snake.
buddy? That's a praying mantis. What is it in Russian? A praying mantis?
Bogo.
Volga?
Bogo.
Volga or Volga?
I don't want him to eat me. He's not gonna eat you.
Bogo. If you're having trouble with the translations and can't understand it, we are having them translated, professionally translated, with Russian subtitles on the bottom of the screen, and that is available on our Boosty channel, which I believe is also Countryside Acres in Russia. But there's a link down in the description of every video that you can find that there, and it's also a way to support us if you choose to, if you desire to. Your biggest support is just sharing our videos, helping us grow the channel. But if you choose to support us in another way, there is links down below, and Boosty is one of them. And you can subscribe to us there. Many of you have the gold level subscription. It gives you once a month one-on-one lives. So there's a lot less people there, of course. When we do a live on YouTube, it's huge, and there's a lot more people, and you're not necessarily going to get your comments read or answered. Whereas on Boosty, there's a lot less people, and we can actually have more of a one-on-one conversation. As more people switch over to that, that may change as well, but right now that's available. My wife's telling me to hurry up and stop rambling. I got a habit of doing that, so she gets to edit it all, so she can cut it out. We have got pretty much everything upstairs drywalled. Not quite. I'm gonna finish this room with the stacks in the road. Ceiling is done. That wall's all done. Working on the hallway right now to get rid of a few sheets so that we can finish that last bedroom. This needs to be done with the moisture resistant drywall. It's still downstairs. There's one of our good workers. How's it going, Cora? Do you think we're doing good?
Yep.
This room. And this room. I can't remember if I showed you guys these plugs or not, but it worked out very well. And the holes, I think I did in another video. But it worked out great. So, finish this all up. Next stage will be mudding. Hopefully have all the drywall on this week. Not much left upstairs here. It should be done basically up here today, I think. And then downstairs. Anneesa usually designs all the houses. Not usually, she does. And then shows me how she would like it done, and I do the work. That's how we get things done. Obviously the children help with all the work as well, as you have well seen. This week a little different. Yesterday we had news crews out here all day. I think there's footage of that as well. And so that kind of slows things down a lot as we explain stuff and talk with them. And they film some of our work as well. And, you know, it's all, I was gonna say useful things, I guess. I don't know. It impedes the speed of our work, but if it helps other Westerners come here and helps people understand the difficulty of moving here and how grateful we are for the opportunity to move to this great country, and not only that, but how grateful we are for the policy changes that have already happened and some that may happen in the future. If it helps to explain the need for change, the need for an ark, a Noah's Ark of sorts, to have a place in the world for people like us to move to in this weird time that we live in. The world has gone very strange, very chaotic, very fast, especially in the West, and it's not necessarily safe anymore for many people with traditional Christian values. It's not outright persecution. It's not, well, it is persecution, but it's not that they're, you know, shooting Christians or putting them in jail yet, but it's getting to that point where people can no longer live biblically in their homes and are afraid for their children's safety, as we were. And we came here, and now seriously, I hardly ever think about it anymore. I just feel so free, so liberated. I can live the life that we want to live and that we want for our children here in Russia, and I never have any of those concerns. And I commented on that again this morning. I never really put a lot of thought into it. We've just been so busy. But Anneesa commented to me how that whole stress is just gone. I think that was a couple of weeks ago she did that. And since then, I've been thinking about that a lot. I was like, yeah, we feel so much more at peace, so much more calm. Those worries seem half a world away. We don't worry about our children in that way anymore. Our futures are so much more bright and so much more clear. And therefore, again, I'm just so thankful to Russia, to the Russian government, to the Russian people for their welcoming attitude towards us. And I hope that they will be that welcoming to others, to others that also wish to come and have that desire to share in this beautiful country. And I also hope that those that come will contribute to Russia and to continuing a great legacy. This country has been around for so many years. I was commenting on it this morning. I was just walking through a little bit, just outside here, just standing here, and I'm looking at the field. Now, but think how many thousands of people, like there's thousands of years of history here. How many people have walked this dirt? How can I call it mine? I mean, yes, on paper it's mine, but how can I call it mine when, thousands of years of history is right here around us? People have probably farmed this. There may have been a house here before. There may have been a settlement here before. There may have been battles fought here before. It's mind-boggling to think the history that is here. It's just amazing. Anyway, I'm rambling again. I got to get to work, but truly appreciative of all the opportunities we've been given in this life, and especially grateful to God above for making it all possible, for connecting all the dots. There's so many things that we have just had to run on faith and that we don't have an answer for, and we don't know necessarily what direction we're going, but we know it's the right one, and we're just going for it, and God is just opening these doors for us as we go, and we are immensely grateful to Him, especially, along with many other people.
Like a train, you'll hear me coming from 100 miles away. I don't ever remember running as fast as when I'm after you to stay. When I tell you that I promise, that's exactly what I mean. It's you, yeah, it's always been you, and everyone around can see. It's true, yeah, it's a dream come true, that you're the only one for me. And darling, you're proof that we're always gonna make it through. Cause you only wanna be with me, and I only wanna be with you. Oh, yeah, I only wanna be with you. Like a storm cloud in the distance, you can feel me moving in. There's a pressure and resistance I hope we never have to feel again. It's you, yeah, it's always been you, and everyone around can see. It's true, yeah, it's a dream come true, that you're the only one for me. And darling, you're proof that we're always gonna make it through. Cause you only wanna be with me, and I only wanna be with you. Oh, yeah, I only wanna be with you. When I told you that I promised, and I said I'd never leave, I'll be standing here beside you to the end of everything. It's you, it's always you, and everyone around can see. It's true, it's a dream come true, you're the only one for me. And darling, you're proof that you're always gonna make it through. Cause you only wanna be with me, and I only wanna be with you. Yeah, it's always been you, and everyone around can see that it's true. It's a dream
right, somehow we got sucked into another documentary. It's supposed to be a news crew coming out here for 1 hour, I was told. And just don't stop what you're doing, just gonna film, you know, what's going on. This isn't the case. It's 2 days now, and anyway, it's all good. I think it's for a good cause. I think it's gonna bring more awareness to the needs here, the needs that foreigners have in getting here, and highlight some of the issues that some of us face, and also who we are as people. A lot of us, although we're not all the same, a lot of us have very traditional values, and I can speak for my own family, I guess. We really just want to integrate into Russia, be Russian, and move on with our life. And I want everybody to know, I guess, most of you, I think, probably can see that we're not a threat. We're here to be part of society, to make this country, not make it anything, I guess. It is a great country to contribute to that greatness, I guess. So anyway, the documentary's still being done, or news thing, or whatever it is, but it's just funny right now. I just came downstairs here a minute. It looks like a cooking show going on here right now. They're all filming, and Anneesa's making supper over the fire, as she often does. There's probably sausages in there, maybe. I'm not sure what's cooking. Wes is helping out. I've been upstairs drywalling by myself. Our excellent friend Timur is here as well. It's our immigration lawyer that's made all of this possible for us. Obviously, there's other people as well. Right, the government here in Nizhny has been great, but obviously if I hadn't met Timur, that's a long story. So it started with meeting a fellow by the name of Dmitry. It was my first Russian contact, and I still owe him a lot. He gave me a wealth of information about this country. But then from there, moved on, finally got a hold of John Hare in Altai, who then got me a hold of Timur, immigration lawyer, who then made all of this happen. And then, of course, without the help of the government, we wouldn't be here in Nizhny. Them making it available for us, and we're still very thankful for that. I don't even know who specifically, I guess I can thank for that, but I'm assuming the governor and the whole government here has made it possible for us to receive quota and then and move here. So we're very grateful for that, and he is still a very big part of our life today. Further cooking with the countryside women. Looks delicious, ladies. Hi. Look at me in the shadow. Oh, there we go. What are you hiding for? Campfire time. Sitting around the campfire, enjoying ourselves. The film crew's all gone, so it's back to just our family. We're all just sitting around discussing how silly it all seems. The acting portion of it. We don't mind questions. I don't mind answering questions. People have some good questions sometimes, and I don't mind answering them at all. We obviously have convictions, and we have reasons for being here, but it's the acting portion that it just seems so silly. No, that wasn't good. Do it again. Like, seriously? I just did it. Or just silly questions. Wes was saying about the screws. He was putting a screw in. So, now tell us what you're going to do. He's like, well, I'm holding a drill and a screw. Of course, I'm putting a screw in. What else would I be doing with it, right? So, it just seems so ridiculous, right? But hopefully when it's all put together, it'll be all right. What do you guys think? Did you have fun?
It's very exhausting.
Very exhausting.
Yes. It's,
fair enough.
I wouldn't agree to it if I didn't think that it was for a good cause, I guess. It can be very stressful on a family of our size, because we have a routine and pattern in life, and then it kind of stresses and exhausts us all.
Yep.
And I think it was interesting. Definitely some parts was very hard to act. But I think that it made memories, like us girls pretending to come out of the tent at 6 o'clock at night, pretending that we woke up.
Okay, I heard you guys are supposed to pretend it was morning time.
We just laughed so hard on the inside of the tent. We were supposed to like open it up and come out. Well, I opened it halfway and I just stopped and started laughing away. I couldn't go out any farther. And they're like, come on. I'm like, I'm laughing, I can't come out. So later on down the road, we'll have all these
memories. Something you can tell your kids and grandkids.
Yesterday they wanted us to all pick up this big long
Oh yes.
This big long 2x stick.
Oh, because it's normal. We
anyway.
built this house one piece by one piece with 11 members holding on to each piece.
Each board.
Anyways, they wanted us all to pick up this giant stick and walk around the house singing. And I'm like, what are... I'm just even thinking about what are...
You have to do that right now there, son. Looks like it's snowing.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Hi-ho! Hi-ho! And I just burst out laughing. Oh, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. I'm like,
Well,
serious?
and that in itself is not the end of the world. I just think it's hilarious when they say, okay, we want to make it look real.
Yeah,
You know?
how do you make that real?
All right, let's get 7 people to pick up 1 2x4.
Yeah, it's really realistic that we built the house piece by piece. 7 people holding on to the one piece.
Yeah.
Safety first. Safety first.
You finally said something, like, seriously, like, one of us would pick up that thing and say,
If we put our whole family in there, we'd be tripping on each other's
I know, I can't even organize that.
I said to Timor,
It's like an Amish barn raising. Huh?
Yeah.
I said to Timor that be like one short and 2 long on the ends, and one would be just hanging on for dear life swinging.
In the middle. Oh boy. Cooking the last little bit of food yet. Any thoughts from you from today? Was it entertaining? You had a good laugh too? Mm-hmm. You got to look after the baby lots today.
Yeah.
She's a good babysitter.
You are a big helper, did you know that?
Yeah.
People don't get to see you on camera much because you don't really know what to say most of the time. And you don't really like cameras much.
She's like her mother, she's shy.
Do you? But you are a huge help and a big part of this house. Right?
Right.
There's lots of stuff you've done in this big house. Well, actually, it's not a big house, it's a small house. Small compared to the last one. Yep. Appreciate your help every day. You want the camera guys to come back tomorrow? You don't really care?
No.
No.
It's kind of fun.
Hey? Part of it's kind of fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? I don't think I could do it for a living, though.
No.
I don't like acting.
Neither.
No.
Glad I'm not a actor like that makes movies.
Oh, that'd be exhausting. All right, we're going to do that one again for the 40th time. All right? Very tired. Now, I wish I could show you all the stars, but I can't because the camera doesn't pick them up. But it is beautiful. I mean, there's one there, but I can see hundreds, thousands, millions maybe. And that is one thing we miss living in the city. You can't see the stars very well because there's just too many streetlights going on. And Timor was here as well, and he said the same thing. Like, you just don't see that, this big old sky that's here. So tonight, that was kind of nice that they stuck around for supper hour. They came a lot later today, and they stuck around for supper time, so they watched the cooking, which looked hilarious as well. It looked like countryside cooking show going on there. Big lights on the table and stuff. It was interesting. And even as the sun went down, they got to see the sun go down. I also filmed the sunset, did they?
They had a
Okay.
time lapse over there.
Ah, that would have been beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. They did some drone footage as well of the house and stuff. Beautiful. So they obviously have nicer equipment and do a much nicer quality film than what we would do, right? And ours is pretty low key. But yeah, interesting. I look forward to seeing it all put together. We got to go to Moscow yet too at some point for this thing as well. I don't know, more details coming in the future, I guess. But I think we're all tired, ready for sleep. Look at that, there's an eclipse for you right there. I'm running 2 phones in order to give you light so we can see what's going on. We are going to call it a night. It is late enough. We'll catch you guys all in the morning. I hope you guys enjoyed the film today. And drop your comments down below, as always. We thank you very much for your support. So many of you have supported us. Just kind words is a huge one. But even just sharing our channel, the amount of people that share it, that I get little messages, hey, I shared it here, or I shared it there. That's a huge support to us, so we really appreciate that. And then, of course, there's all sorts of other ways that people will help as well, whether that's financial contributions or advice or directions, dropping off stuff. I had a guy come this week and dropped off a heater, one of those propane heaters for us to use, and we were very grateful for that. Thank you. And we'll put it to use here when we're mudding the drywall. I'm hoping to start that probably later this week or next week. Bicycles, No, just lots of stuff. I'm sure I'm missing a lot. I'm sorry if I am. We appreciate every single one of you, and nothing goes unnoticed. We really do appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. If you wish to support us as well, like I said, the best thing you can do is share our channel with more people. We are now on YouTube as well here for our Russian audience, because YouTube has slowed down. So if that's something that you are interested in, or somebody else might be, you can check us out there at Countryside Acres in Russia. You can also check us out on Boosty, still Countryside Acres in Russia as well. There we have some extra features, including a live dedicated only for our gold members on Boosty. If you wish to support us there, you can go there as well. You can go there for free as well and just be a follower, and that way if anything ever happens to us, you know where you can find us. And on Telegram, we have many people that have subscribed to us on Telegram as well, and that is likewise. There's not necessarily anything extra there at this point, but there may be in the future. But you can at least stay in touch with us and not lose our channel. So I think that's it. Am I missing anything?
I don't know.
Oh, you can tell them to like, share, and subscribe. Don't do that? Nah. See, I told you, you're kind of camera shy, aren't you? That's okay. You don't have to be in the camera. Like your mother, yeah. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we will catch you in another one.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around.